Okay, we're going to simplify these rational expressions, then we're going to state the excluded values. So when you're dealing with fractions, the only thing that can't happen is for the denominator to equal 0. So to find the excluded values, you could set the denominator equal to 0. Well, these have a 2 in common, so I'm going to factor out the 2. If I divide both by 2, I still have x minus 1 is equal to 0. We'll add 1 to both sides. So where x is equal to 1, that's where it would be an excluded value. The quicker way to do this is when you factor this out right here. So if we wrote this as 2 times, now these both have a 2 in common, so x minus 1. What's the opposite of subtract 1? What's opposite of negative 1? So where x is equal to 1, that's the excluded value. Now, to simplify, notice those two cancel each other out. And when they do, so the simplified answer is 1/2, where you would say where x cannot equal positive 1 because it's an excluded value. All right, let's come over here and do this one. Now we have a lot of 8s, so I'm going to factor out, they have an 8 and a p, so I'll leave that 8p. This has an 8p squared, this has an 8p, so if we factor out an 8p, so 8p squared, factor out an 8p, leaves a p, and then 8p divided 8p, that cancels to 1. Now, so first let's focus on excluded values. So there's a p on the outside of parentheses, and remember what I've always said, when a p is being multiplied on the outside, it could say negative 1000p, it could say positive 8p, as long as the negative 1000 or the positive 8 are multiplying the p, and the variable is multiplying the parentheses, that p automatically equals 0. And then if we take the opposite of this, that p is equal to negative 1. All right, so those are going to be the excluded values. And then notice those two cancel, leaving a 1. So now we have 1 over 1 times that parentheses is still going to be p plus 1. That's the simplified answer. And then you'd say where p cannot equal negative 1 or 0. And because these are the excluded values. It's what causes the denominator to equal 0. The other way to do it is set at 8p equal to 0. Divide both sides by 8. 0 divided 8 is 0. And then set p plus 1 equal to 0. Subtract the 1 from both sides. So look at p can't equal negative 1 and p can equal to 0. Well, that's what we have in our list over there. All right, let's see if there's... Okay, so when you get to this type, you're going to want to factor. So in the numerator, factors of negative 10 that add up to negative 3. Well, that would be, let's see, negative 5 positive 2 or positive 5 negative 2. Well, these, when you add them, add up to negative 3. So in the two sets of parentheses, we're going to have a subtract 5, a plus 2, in the denominator, we have a subtract 5. Since there's only one denominator, take the opposite of that. So a can't equal positive 5 because 5 is the excluded value. But then notice those two cancel each other out. So the simplified is a plus 2, where a cannot equal positive 5. Okay, on this next one, okay, factors of 25, that add up to 10. Well, that would be 5 and 5. So k plus 5, k plus 5. So the opposite, oh, so this one's interesting. This is where k cannot equal negative 5. And then look at what we have. Let's see, k plus 5. One of those cancel, leaving a 1 there. So our simplified version is 1 over k plus 5, where k cannot equal negative 5. All right, that's it for this video.